Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. My name's Joe, drink of the day is a cold glass of water, and I love Enel. But I do find the giga starve version of Enel that's been going around recently a little tedious. Your games take forever, you just kind of sit in there, your opponent doesn't have a good time playing into you. So when I saw that last weekend over in Chile, not just one Enel, but two Enel players playing fairly similar aggro Enel lists, were able to top two different events over in Chile, I had to check them out. So this build is more based off the build that Chris Pena played in the Treasure Cup last weekend in Chile, but also want to say congratulations, of course, to Javier Perez, who was able to take down the Chile regionals on the same weekend with a fairly similar list of Enel. So this build of Enel is based much less around just starving your opponent and playing 8 cats and 9 Yamatos. They're not even here. What we're more based around is trashing our opponent's life, somewhat similar to Yellow Kid. Of course, got 4 of the Hawkins. It's an annoying body that your opponent doesn't want to deal with. And in the same vein, we've got 3 of the Kikunojo. It's another annoying body that your opponent doesn't want to deal with. The 4-6 stat line's actually pretty nice, but I do think the on-KO is a little bit weaker in this build because we are so focused on trying to aggressively kill our opponent. The heal's great, don't get me wrong. I love the heal. But compared to in Kid, where you're much more able to defend your life, a heal from like 3 to 4 in Enel doesn't really do anything. Hence one with more of the Hawkins, and also he has counter, which is pretty cool. Also won 2 of the Robin, and honestly, this card's been overperforming a little bit. I'd be very tempted to go up to at least 3 of this card. I've just been having a really good time with this. It's been coming down, trashing my opponent's life, and it's like a decent body. 6/6 is not great, don't get me wrong, but it's still pretty good, and it's a nice play on 6 alongside Kuma. Kuma's crazy, man. This card is way better than I thought it was going to be. Now that I've played it in a whole bunch of different decks. The fact that you get the heal, and then it's just really annoying for them to take out. Like, if you can stack your board with like a Hawkins and then a Kuma, maybe you've got a Kikunojo and then you've got a blocker. It's like, what does your opponent do? Do they attack your life? They don't want to because you're Enel, and Enel loves being attacked. But they attack your board, but they don't want to because then you get more life or they lose theirs. So it really creates a little bit of a dilemma for your opponent in what to do. And then in terms of top end, got 3 of the Kid. This feels fine at 3. You draw so many extra cards with an L because you're pretty frivolous in taking your own life, and you of course get the healing, that you should see this Kid at least one of. So I think at 3 feels fine. And 4 of the NL, this card's crazy. The fact this does it every single turn and is so hard to get rid of at that 11k stat line. Like, even if your opponent piles all their Dons into something and just attacks it for like 15, it's so easy to defend, man. And we play quite a lot of blockers in this build. We've got a couple of Shirahoshis, got 3 of the Brulés. When the Brulé trigger comes up, man, whew, it's the best. It's the best. So I do really enjoy the Brulé, especially in the aggro build. Also got 3 of the new Sabo from OP12. I was a bit skeptical on this card when I saw it in the list, but there are just sort of turns where this comes up really nicely. Getting you that draw 2 trash one, it's a pretty uninteractable blocker as well, hitting at that 8 cost. Dodges pretty much every rest outside of Hody Jones and Deadman's Game. And the fact that the life take to get the draw 2 trash one is optional means that even if you just need a blocker at the end of the game that can't be rested, Sabo is your guy. 2 of the Ace as well. I've been a bit mixed on this card. It hasn't come up too much, but the rush is kind of cool. I'd be tempted to maybe cut this, maybe for like an extra Robin and an extra or something else. But the rush is clutch in certain situations, so I absolutely see why it's here. And other than that, there's a lot of typical NL cards. You got your 0 costs. We got your Frankies. We love sitting it around 1 to 2 life, so Frankie is just insane when his trigger goes off. Beige, of course, just game winning. And Zeus in the early game can be pretty good for dealing with some key threats. So I do think Enel has a pretty reasonable place in this meta. Will the staff build be better? Nah, maybe. It might be, sadly. But I do really prefer playing a bit more aggressively. The staff build, now that you've got like 8 cat, Yamato, Kuma, Enel, and Ace, it just goes forever, man. It's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. So I'm kind of thrilled that this did well, and I get to have some games with this. Well, it's decent in the format at least. Either way, thank you for listening to me talk about the deck. Here's some games. Got a game to purple-black Luffy now. We've got to be careful of the rush guy. But other than that, this shouldn't be too terrible. I think we'll take second, though. I like Kikunojo, but we have no I'd like to see like a Kuma, maybe. Kuma could be cool. Enel's obviously good. We do need our healing in this matchup. I love the Kikunojo though. It's a really good card. I think we'll keep. I like the Kikunojo just because it's a 4/6, right? Into Luffy, you need to be able to swing 7 a lot. So, okay, he grabbed the beer Luffy, nice. You need to be able to swing 7, and just putting 1 Don on the Kikunojo is great. And it's a guy that he doesn't really want to take out. Like, they can, but they're not excited to, you know? Yeah, we'll take that one, of course. Second kid, not really what I'm looking for. That ace is also... Okay. This is not the best hand, but we'll see what we can do. We'll swing for 5. He's going to take cool Kikunojo's online, so even if he has the black Sanji, we will get the heal, which is cool. Goes with the beer. I think I will counter out of this 6. If we take, we can do the ace. Just kind of get him cooking. Yeah, we could probably take. Red Hawk's cool. Doesn't blow this up. Unfortunately, neither Red Hawk or Nami blow this up. But yeah, we can swing like 5 here and then 7/7 with the ace, which is kind of cool. Should definitely. Well, if you're going to take that, you're going to have to count at least one of these 7s, otherwise you're in danger, my friend. We've got a Sanji here, cool. Are we really going to 0? That would be a little wild if we go to 0. Yeah, no, it gives us 2 cards. I'll definitely take that. Because the rest of the game, well, for the foreseeable future, he's going to be at 7k, right? This is swinging for 5, 6 Don. I doubt it's Angry Luffy. He can't restand it anyway this turn. So he's threatening 7/7. We can't actually heal next turn with the current hand. We don't even have any blockers. I might counter out of this one. Oh, he's only threatening 2 hits. So if we take this... No, we have to counter this one. Yeah, I agree with my initial response. If we take this one, and we take the 7, we're going to have to counter a 7. Okay, well, he's Angry Luffy. It's not what I expected, but it's what we got. So this is 8, so he's going to threaten 7/9 into ace. Would kind of like to keep ace. If we at least save ace, we get to, if we at least defend out of this one, this is probably only swinging 8 actually, because this is going to be giant, right? So it's going to be 7/8. We lose 3 2Ks. But then we can put on some good pressure here. Maybe we're supposed to let this go. I think I'm going to defend out of at least 1 swing. Does turn this sideways. And then, yeah, we're going to see 8. I don't think we'd ever see 9. Unless he has just like a handful of 2Ks. Which I guess he could, but... I think I'm going to defend it, you know. Yeah, I'm going to defend my... Save my boy. Free my boy. Oh, that's a really lucky top deck, actually. That's very, very good. Let's take out the Robin just to -1 swing on him. Cool. Tempting to do just 7 leader, because he should definitely counter that. And then if he does, we could go like 13 into here. He'd have to giant 2k, 1k. And we can still hold 1 up for Red Hawk. Suppose we're always better off going into this anyway, right? I'm going to go 7 leader. He should definitely counter this, I think. Yeah, it gives us a lore. So if we just go like 13 here, is that enough if we get the removal? And if it doesn't, are we in danger? I think we're okay. Or we can just go 7 Kuma. 7 Kuma is so much safer. 7 Kuma is so much safer. So let's just go 7 Kuma. Deploy this, trash the Kiku, and pass it up. We can let this board go now. It's fine. That's quite terrifying. Okay, gamers. Yes. That is horrifying. Seeing 2 of them. He has had a good curve this game. What a gamer. 8 to 5. Yes, boss. No trigger. Kuma is... Oh, dear. Who are these 3 Don open? What a time to be alive. I don't think Kid 9 is going to cut it here, you know? Is there... If we split, would that... Could that get us there? How many giants can one man have, huh? Can have Judgment of Hell as well. That's another card he can have. I'm going to go 9 and see what happens. Okay, he giants out. Ditches the beer. So we can split 9-10. I don't love it. I don't love it at all. Can go 7. Kuma. Hold one up for Red Hawk. He'll have so many. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swings. We've got 3 life. He needs 5 of them to go through, though. We can probably get out of 1 with a Red Hawk. But we are just digging for triggers at that point. Because of the amount of bricks we've got in our hand. Or we can go for it. Oh, I'm just not confident in going for it. I'm honestly more confident in seeing triggers. We've seen 1 beige, no 0 cost, no brulee. I'm going to swing 7 leader, though. So if he takes this, I might just go for the 12. He doesn't. We'll do this. We'll ditch the Captain Kid and heal up. Yeah. Yeah, this is terrifying. This is like the dream, right? This is the dream. Yes, quite scary. But we do have we've got a good amount of life, right? We've got a good amount of life. There could be triggers here. And at this point, that really sort of is what we're hoping for. Yo, imagine if he has a 3rd one of these. If he's a 3rd one of these. That would be the most insane draws I've ever seen in my life. 3 of these, he'd be cooking, bro. He'd be cooking. Is that good? You want to KO my Kuma? Sure. Sure, I'll take a life. That's an interesting decision. And now he's going 7, so this can be... These presumably aren't going to swing now, though, because if he goes to 0... I mean, surely he can't counter out of a... I mean, where there's a giant, there's a way, but... Do we want a Red Hawk? Do we want a Red Hawk? This is so silly. Well, that play is I'm baffled. I thought he was just going for it. There's going to be at least this swing. Go to 2. He might just leave us at 2 with these up and then like 3 Don open. But we then just go for lethal. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. He can't lethal us because we've got this. So we'll just keep taking. No. Okay, lightning. Wasn't what I was expecting. It was not what I was expecting. Okay, so we want to lethal, I think, here. I don't think we'll... Honestly, we might be able to live another turn, is the joke of it. With the Shidahashi. So we've got, what, 11-11? 11-11's low-key not that good. Well, if he has Giant, he has to use it right now. Because now he can't Giant, because he doesn't have another card. So if we ditch his life, if this is a Giant, he loses. If this is not a Giant, we might lose. 2 Don open. It could easily be Hell's Judgment or Black Spiral is my problem. That's the problem. If we play defensively here, go with like Shirahoshi, maybe take out the Beer Luffy. Leave 1 up. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swings. We have 3 life. 4 life effectively. He needs 5 to go through still. This is a blocker unless he has a rest guy, which, I mean, he very well could have. We don't have a lot of counter. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? This could easily just be a 1k as well. I think we Shirahoshi. This should remove this every single time. The best thing you can have is Black Spiral. Because he can't Giant. So we can always remove the Luffy. And then go one more turn. I think this is the best play. Because if we go for it there with the kid... Man, if it was the PB Luffy, I'm gonna be so upset. 7 to 7. Oh, we might be in a worse spot now, man. Oh, this sucks. Maybe should have gone for it. I did. Another PB Luffy just go again is so tough. Because he can just keep... We might be able to defend this now, though. You never know. Depending on what these want to swing. They probably just swing at least 8. We don't have 2Ks. Let's just allow it. Do I want to just draw a card? I kind of just like the 2K, honestly. Are these going to swing now? Sure. Well, we've got a lot of counter now. We can go for it again. Is this... It's so troll. I just don't know. We can also go with this. Just get him down. Try and attack and clear the board. This would probably remove one of the angry Luffys anyway. To be honest. Because there's no one card he can have that can defend this from an Enel swing. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings. I think that's fine, actually. Just do that. Because this should always die. Yeah. This pass. Now we've got a big guy on the board. Now this guy is threatening. Okay, he does have the Usahachi. I probably could have gone for this like a long time ago, but we'll see. I've got a lot of counter now, right? And so I think this is safe. He's going with the 7. We'll 0 cost away the Red Hawk. The Red Hawk's now useless. Because these good hits are going to be large. All of these are going to be large. It's 4 hits. We only need to defend 1, though. We only need to defend 1. Unless there's a... I mean, if he has a... There's no way this 1 card is the 3rd Angry Luffy, right? It's just not going to happen. So these 2 are locked from going away from this effect. 7. So these 2 are locked. So it can be 9... 9, 11, 11. I think that's about the best swings. So we can go 7, 8, 9, 10. We can counter a 9. If he does exactly 10, 10, 10, and none of these are a 1k, this loses. I think we're going to take. Adios, Luffy! That should be the game. He's going to attack my Enel, right? Yeah, we can just defend this. 2, 3, 4. It wasn't a bloody event, but it was always counter, except potentially on that one turn we played the second beer. Yeah, the beige trigger was very funny, but it didn't actually matter, right? As long as we drew a 1k there. I mean, we were always going to counter the 9 from the Sanji next, unless he went 10, and that card that we drew that was the beige was a brick. And then his swings are only 10 tanks. He has to return 2 for the effect. So I think that was always locked up, but that... Yeah, I played that very safe. I wonder if we should have ever gone for it with the kid, but I don't know. It worked out. It worked out. So yeah, the double angry Luffy on curve terrified me. But then when he started taking out my guys that healed, yeah, that threw a bit of a spanner in the works from what I was expecting the game to go like. But hey, well played to our opponent. Let's move on. Going into purple Luffy, I'm going to take first because he loves first. Nami's pretty cool. I do like Nami on 5. Even just Brûlé on 3 is pretty reasonable. Yeah, let's go for the keep on that hand. Enel is great. We're going to get through it kind of slow because we are going first, but I really do value first into pub. You know who that is, right? We'll pass it over. Next, so it's tempting to just go 8, honestly, and just not bother with the Brulee. But I think we will... Yeah, they do play the 7-cost Sanji, right? Well, if he's 7 Sanjing, he's not Luffy Towering. So I'm probably okay with that. Let's just go 5, get a card out of him. Yeah, and then we'll drop the Brulee. Next turn, we're going to be going with the Nami. In fact, if I counter his swing... Sure. That's a new one on me. I rate it. I rate it highly. I'm a big fan of the Leap Form Disaster. But I wasn't expecting it. That caught me off guard. He's cooking. Yeah, no blocker resolve. Kid's cool. I quite like Kid. Maybe we go with Sabo right now. Sabo and I could be cool. Get a little blocker. Get a little blocker action going. Means if he wants to just... I guess he can drop the 9-cost Luffy next turn? That's pretty scary. Okay, it does pass over eventually. I think I will just go with the Sabo, actually. Getting a bunch more draw could be pretty cool. And we do get a Bon Clay out of him anyway. So deploy this, use the card action. I don't think we're going to have a good turn to play this Kiku Nojo. Just ditch the Kiku. Get the blocker going. If this is 9-cost Luffy, I'll block the Brulee, I guess. I'd quite like to take the free block there. It is 9-cost Luffy. Probably going to attack the Sabo, right? Yeah, seems good. I'll block the Brulee. Keep Sabo around. Kuma's cool. Could just go 12 to this. It's kind of trash, though. Ramping up to this one in particular is quite annoying because we don't have a good way of dealing with it. We don't have a good way of dealing with this at all. Especially if he has another one. If he has like 2k, 1k, and then drops another one next turn, we're in a lot of danger. We really are. I think we need to establish the Kuma this turn. Let's go 6 here. 2k. I'm going to attack again. Because if this eats a swing from the Luffy, then it's kind of done its job, right? Deploy this. I'll trash one of the Namis. Get the heal, pass it over. Now we've got at least like a decent body that can pressure 7s into his face. 5... What are we going to next turn? Next turn's 9. We kind of need to protect our life a little bit here. If we stay at 3, we're actually very safe to Kid next turn. I'm going to give out one of the Frankies. Because this can be all sorts. This can be another Luffy. This can be Luffy Taro. This can be Katakuri. We'll definitely take that one. And I'm going to just cycle that out. We don't get the play, obviously, but 2 of these is gross, man. 2 of these is pretty gross. Okay. Well, let's go take a no trigger. That's that's not ideal. That's not ideal. And he's got one open for Giants. Let's go 5. I think we're just going to have to play pretty aggressively at life here. Because I don't see us winning the long game on this one. I don't. He needs 3 hits next turn, so we probably have to... If we attack this Sabo, we probably have to counter like a 10. We are still threatening 16 into 10, which is quite good. 16 to 10 is not bad. It would be Giant 2k, 1k. We'd get like... There's only 2 cards. In fact, this guy draws the cards crazy. Very, very good. Very, very good bits of kit. Do I want to attack with this? It just burns the Giant, but burning the Giant is not bad. It doesn't burn the Giant. Okay, he draws a... Yeah, I mean, you might as well use the trigger on that one for sure. Crash a Blast Breath. That's an interesting card. That's not an interesting card. We don't need that Kiku. We've got to counter this one. Give the beige. The Nami could be useful if you choose to like play a blocker, like an O Nami potentially next turn. 10, we will be taking... 10 to 6, absolutely, that's fine. It's like, going here kind of sucks. Going here is only a 2k. Yeah, I'll 2k out of this one. I'll just give the Frankie. Is this a third one? Luffy Taro's scarier. Okay, 9 mum does get rid of our Kuma, but we go back to 2. It's only got 1 Don open. Ace is live. You should always counter this. Because if he doesn't, we're threatening 15, and I will just pull the trigger. Got 4 swings. We got so much counter. Charge! And I'm going to prioritize keeping the ace over the Enel off of the kid effect if this doesn't win. Because the ace could actually be pretty useful next turn if he plays like another 9 mum. Now we'll see. He was hoping. He was hoping we were going to play a big body. He didn't even have the giant. To be fair, the counter on that 9 sucked, actually. It's 2k, 1k, 1k, 1k. That's terrible. Yeah, we definitely still win with the ace there if he counters that. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, very weird game against Purple Luffy, but I'll take it. Aggro Enel just catches people off guard sometimes, you know? Gonna go into Shanks. This should be a pretty tough matchup, especially with this build. Shanks is always pretty difficult for Enel to deal with. But especially this build does feel a little bit tougher into Shanks. This curve is fine, so we should probably keep. We're not going to have a ton of pressure, annoyingly, but it's okay. Maybe we won't play the Kikunojo. Maybe we won't. He's going to go with the Hongo. We're just going to pass on 2. Definitely not playing Zeus. Expecting 5-5 here. Nope, he's just going to pass. He's going to starve me. Interesting. Sure. Let's go 5. Kill leader effect, of course, but you've got to noob check him. You never know. If he's expecting us to be a starve Enel, he might actually take this one. He does take this one. Okay. Well, now you're going to find out that we're actually aggro Enel. So, yeah, obviously, normally Shanks just gives a -1, but against Enel usually into Shanks, when you're playing the traditional Enel build with the heavy starve, he's more incentivized to take that hit. Does go with the Lucky Roo, okay, but I mean, if you want to... Yeah, we couldn't trash the life here. I'll still attack. I will still attack. If you want to blow up the Lucky Roo, that's fine. Next turn, we drew the Kid. That was a very nice draw. I love Kid into Shanks. Such a powerful card. And trashing a 2k in the Lime Juice, not too bad. Okay, I guess he can block the Robin. That is fair. That is fair. He should always -1 here, but you never know. You never know. Yeah, okay. If he has Ben, this is a fair. Actually. Yeah, he's going to be looking for Ben Beckman here. Ben Beckman just trashing our Kikunojo is the best thing he can be doing this turn. And he's continuing to starve us, which honestly I'm fine with. Because... sure. He's just starving till he can start dropping bombs. And I mean, he can drop 9-cost Shanks next turn. Let's hit him with a 5. I mean, again, I'm sure he'll just use this. Yeah, he's figured it out now. We'll get rid of that. Draw 1, trash 1. Probably... don't need the Nami. He can drop these blockers, but he's not going to want to, right? He's going to want to drop, like, bombs from here on out. 9-cost Shanks, 10-cost Shanks, 10-cost Shanks, 10-cost Shanks. So, I don't think he's going to be looking to play out this. Hongo does reduce this. Okay, Hongo DD, sure. He's just starving till the cows come home. Fair enough. Fair enough, I guess. Might play that this turn. We probably want to take this Hongo. So we could try and take out the Hongo, or at least get like a leader effect in the 2k. Then we can go Hawkins Kuma. He didn't seem to have Beckman, otherwise I feel like he would have dropped the Beckman on the Kikunojo rather than just attacking it. So let's go 5 to Hongo. If he wants to leader effect 2k, he can. He doesn't, though. We'll go with the Hawkins, and then we'll go with the Kuma. I'll trash... probably the Brule. 6 life Enel. Who said Enel starves, right? Enel gets a bad rap. Look at this Shanks player. Look at this. I love Shanks. You all know that. Now look at this evil Shanks player starving this poor, weak Enel. I'm just trying to play the game. It's like, what do you want to KO? Do you want to KO him, put me to 7 life, or do you want to trash your own life, right? This guy, the life trash is so annoying to Shanks. Because you kind of rely on that resource, right? You're buying resources with your leader effect, of course. But you kind of do rely on seeing that life as a resource. I'm very surprised he didn't just bomb Shanks last, or 9 Shanks last turn, excuse me. To just get something on the board, but I mean, I guess the removal's fine. I guess we'd have kept the kid. I don't know. I feel like the, just having something is important, right? Because although he has been starving, so I guess if this is his whole strategy, sure. Incredible. Another one. I'm probably just going to drop this again. So we go 8, 8. Hawkins. Seems good. Bad manners? Not bad manners. Interesting. Do we want to do like a smaller swing now? We could go 6 Kuma. 8, 6 Kuma. Got a 2k, 1k there. I'm pretty thrilled with that. I mean, Hawkins is just so good. It's such a good card. Let's just go 8 Hawkins again. Like, do you want to KO it? You really don't. And he's clearly not found his Ben Beckmans. Maybe that life was one or that top deck, but up to this point, he has not seen his Ben Beckmans. Because, like, those guys would have been popping off. They would have been popping off, but... What is this, dude? Why have I got 7 life, man? You gotta win the game. Like, he's never gonna win the game is the problem. Because he's played like this. Like, he's just never... What's... That's insane. I'll let that go. I'll trash your life. Like, now you've got to block her up, like, very hard. And, even though our opponent's at 0, this is still high. The fuck? What the fuck, dude? I mean, I guess he can remove both. Sure. So he got an Igloo? Oh, he's got an Uta. Okay, he's got an Uta. Okay, well, we can't actually remove that. That's annoying. Is he going to finally attack? No, he's not interested. Okay. Okay. I think I'm just going to play the Hawkins. Just to have a guy. So we'll swing 11. This will eat the Uta. Do we ever want to play the Kuma instead? We could swing 9. 9 probably eats the Uta. And then we can just Kuma. Bro, I kind of want to Kuma up to 8 life. That sounds very silly. 9. Like, you can lead a 2-2, but, you know, likely Uta, I think. This is so silly. I love it. I'm really enjoying this game, actually. Yeah, it does just eat the Uta, sure. We'll deploy this. Ditch. Maybe the Hawkins. I don't think it matters. It's the Brulee. Woo! 8 life Enel. What a time to be alive. What the hell is going on? Welcome to the One Piece trading card game. Whoa! He's attacking. Insane. Insane behavior. Insane behavior. He's worked out where the attack button is. What is this? Tenkos Shanks? Tenkos the Nail's kind of cool. I like him. He has rush. Pretty good. But he needs blockers, right? He needs blockers. That's the problem. So I do kind of want to leave enough. Yeah, I'll definitely take that one. Definitely not going to use that one. I do kind of leave enough life such that this works. You telling me 17 ain't going through, buddy? So he has 3 for DD, go to 10. 12, 14, 16, 18. If he has all 2Ks and a... No, because he got leader effect as well. Charge! Like, if he's got DD and a whole bunch of 2Ks, sure. I guess you live. He had the Beckman! Maybe he just top decked it. Maybe he just top decked it. That was certainly one of the games of One Piece. Look at all these triggers in here. You gotta. There's actually not that many. There's one disappeared. It's like the 4th life. That was really odd. I don't think he played that right. No, I don't think starving Enel at like 7 life is correct. That feels really weird. But I'm going to include this game because it was very funny getting up to 8 life at the very least. Gonna get into blue-yellow Nami. I'll be honest, I've got no idea how this will go. We're going first. Hand's okay. Hand is okay. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for in this matchup. They play like annoying forecast, so our Nami's probably not great. Robin's probably pretty good. Let's keep. We'll do nothing on one, of course. Just gonna put some Dons here, sure. Honestly, I might just swing him really big. It's very tempting. Or we can go 6 Shirahoshi. I'm gonna go 6 Shirahoshi. Get the blocker down. We'll get a card out of his hand if he wants to defend this top life. If not, we got the value anyway. It's fine. I'm expecting a 4-cost next turn. In a dream world, it'll be Cavendish, because then I won't feel bad about blowing it up with Nami. If it's like a Kikunojo, yeah, there's a world where I counter this. In case it's Kikunojo. There is. And if I am, I think it's with Zeus. I suppose I could Zeus instead of Nami next turn. If we trash the Zeus, we go to 5. Play this, trash one. We actually get the draw. Let's just counter this one. I think I do still like the Robin for next turn. Yeah, it is Kikunojo. I thought so. So we'll go 5 for Nami. Trash Kikunojo. Blow up this. And then we'll swing him for 5. And not giving him the on-KO is obviously very, very nice. And we do deal the damage as well, which is cool. Happy with how that turn went, at least. 5 to 5. Yeah, we're not going to stall anymore. I will use that trigger, though. That's certainly a blocker trigger. Can't go wrong with one of them. Nojiko bounces my Nami. Kikunojo's back, sure. Okay. Well, let's get rid of his life. And then let's swing him for 6. He doesn't actually have the Don on him. So I guess that's why he booped the Nami, because he realised he wasn't going to have the Don there. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. If this Robin gets booped, it's dead, because he's at 2. Although they do play Kuma now, so maybe it's not dead. The card I'm most concerned about is Odin, of course. Odin's very scary. Yeah, I'm fine taking that. That's fine. He'll get the draw. He's going to get the draw anyway. We're an L. We are an L. We don't actively love defending our life like tons, right? Teach, sure. So is this going to be Kuma, I'm guessing? Because of the existence of Raging Tiger, I'm quite tempted to block one of these. Although they don't tend to play a lot of Raging Tigers. It's more like Nojikos. And like he can double Noji. I would like a better play for next turn, though. We can probably take this one. That's not really the play I was looking for. Yeah, there's the Kuma, okay. Maybe we just go with the Kid. That's a pretty decent draw. Hit him with a 5. Counters that with a Slave Arrow. I think I'm going to go 7 into Kikunojo here. Actually, if we go... Because this is live again now, isn't it? We could go like 8 into Kikunojo. That's quite likely to go through, I think, here. And then we can keep 1 up for the Red Hawk, just in case. We will heal him here, of course, but we're trashing the life. So it's kind of not too bad, right? And then we'll just pass it up. Yeah, he got the heal, but we trashed it again, so it's not the end of the world. It was kind of like we trashed the Kikunojo, right? Kind of. Not really, but kind of. Okay, he puddings us, that's fine. We've got a Nell for next turn. I've got a million blockers. We're definitely just a Nelling next turn. So I think if he goes Nojiko, he can only swing 7 still. So let's just take this one. Now you can use that, of course. I think here we ditch the Hawkins. I guess the Teach can attack, but I feel like it won't. I mean, we've got these blockers anyway. That's fine. If this, what's this for 2? Maybe another Nojiko? Or he can swing 7 with Teach. If you swing 7 with Teach, will block. If you Nojikos, I don't care. Kid, sure. It's a law. Why not? Why not? Okay, well, we're going to go 5. Force him to trash, like... Nope, he takes. Okay. Gets a baby 5 trigger. That's a pretty nice trigger, actually. We'll go 6. Does counter out. And then we'll go with the Enel. And I'm actually going to attack the Kuma here. Because I don't care about the heal. We'll trash... They can do Red Rock. They're not often on Red Rock. But if they are on Red Rock, I'm going to need the second Enel. So I think I'll ditch the Kid. As much as the Kid is good. This will either take out the Kuma or the Law blocker. Either is fine. Either is fine. If he blocks and saves the Kuma, that's cool. We got the blocker off the board. If he lets the Kuma go, he gets the heal, of course. But we get the Kuma off the board and alleviate the pressure. Goes with the Slave Arrow to pick up... Sure, blocked. Go with the Slave Arrow to pick up the Nojiko. So he's going to be able to Nojiko one of our blockers. Okay, I don't think that's a bit too big a problem. I don't think that's too big a problem. Yeah, it sends our Shirahoshi back. Okay, if he can block both, that's kind of annoying. But we do have a good bit of counter here. 7, so this guy can put 2 dons for free. So for 2 dons here, he could swing 7 with Teach. 7 with Leader. This is only swinging 6. I think we still have to counter this one, though. With 6 Don, I think it's unlikely he Red Rocks. But we... So do we want to ditch the Enel with the Disappear? 6, 7, 8. He could do 13 to Enel. That's trash. I think it's so unlikely he Red Rocks because he... I guess he'll still get to swing 7. 8, 9. It's only 8, 9. If we take this one, we can easily counter the 8. I think we can take this one. No trigger. Definitely ditch that, though. I don't think that is useful. Okay, Red Rock's off the table. I'm happy to 0 cost away. If we ditch the Enel... Again, I'm happy to go to 0. We can also double heal with this. It's just 0 cost away the Shirahoshi. I don't think we need all this counter anyway. We've got 2 more 2Ks and a 1K. And he's got 2 swings left, just the Teach and the Pudding. 6, no. No. You can swing 7 into Robin, I guess. Okay, just goes Leader, sure. I mean, I guess we'll take that. And he just concedes, sure. I don't think he needed to give up there. But I guess, to be fair, with this on the board, yes. It's over, even if he takes out the Robin. Went for a bit of a dodgy lethal there with the Nojiko and Zeus blowing up the two guys. I think with only 4 swings, given that you need 3 of them to go through, you're using 4 Don for nothing. Although I suppose there's only 2 Don with this. But, like, this is a 2-3, this is a 4-4. We had a decent amount of cards. I think it was an unlikely lethal. Probably could have gone again. Sitting at 2 life. Could have, like, done a little poke. Maybe take out the Robin. I suppose with his current hand, he can't get rid of this. But if he had a Red Rock, that would have been good. Did play it. There is Red Rock in there. I've just seen one. But hey, nice to get a win against Blue-Yellow Nami. I've not played this matchup before, so hey, we'll take it. So what do you think of Aggro and L? Are you going to be playing this on the sim? Let me know in the comments. Do you think the staff build is better? I think it might be. And I think as you, if you were to play a lot more games of this, you can probably refine some of these counts. Having a lot of 2-ofs does feel a touch weird. Although with Enel getting so many extra draws, I'm bound to see at least a copy of most of these cards in a game. Just because you get so many extra draws from the healing, from things like Kuma and Enel. And of course, your leader effect. Either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.